Okay. So this is about relationships, the relationships that you have with your debugger, and sometimes those relationships change. I know that 2 years ago I was amazingly into Firebug, and now I kind of seen someone else a little bit. But the thing is that you really want to get in touch, with your partner and know all, everything you can know about your partner is good. Well, anyways, we're going to learn a little bit about the Chrome DevTools. Firstly, about me, I work for a browser. I'll give you 2 guesses. I am the lead developer on Modernizer. I'm on the jQuery team. I create HTML5 boilerplate. There's a bear. We'll get back to that. Okay, right. So I'm going to open up the Chrome DevTools here on this page. Can you guys see this in the back? No? Okay, good. Let's take this, and then we'll just turn that one and go whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, that's pretty good. Better? Yeah? Great. Yeah, so I thought it'd be a little bit more fun to kind of have the DevTools kind of be like my slides. So I'm having some fun here. I have the wait a second tag and the where are the divs and the oh my god tag. But we'll go down to, we're going to do some styling stuff first. So I'm just going to show a bunch of features that the Chrome DevTools has you might not know about. Some of these are new, and in general, the Chrome Dev channel has these a lot sooner than everyone else. And so you're going to see features here that are not available in the regular Chrome stable release yet. But some of them are. So first in styling. A while ago, this was let me go over here. If I wanted to set a background color, and I'd be like background, and I hit tab. And it used to, we didn't have that colon there, and so you actually had to type the colon, and it was really annoying. And so, anyways, that's all better. So now we can tab to make the next one. Cool, no big deal. But where this gets a little bit more fun is that there's autocomplete, right, which is good, because sometimes you forget how background is spelled. Or sometimes you want to type the most delicious color in the history of colors, which is papaya whip. Oh, so good. And on top of that, you might put another color, like one that's particularly difficult to spell, which is fuchsia. Oh, I typed it right the first time. Terrible demo. Fuchsia is a really tough one, but the trick is it's fuchsia. But the other trick is that it's also magenta. So you could just bypass that entirely. But now that we're here on colors, this little color swatch, you're like, oh, cool, color swatch, great. I kind of knew what color that was. But magic, you click it, and you iterate through the different color notations. Yeah. So I'm going to go over to HSL, and I'll bring down bring down the saturation a little bit. You can just tweak this a little bit, and then maybe go back to hex, and then copy that back into your style sheet, because that's how you roll. So you got some fun there. Also, let's say that you want to do some crazy cool patterns. And I'm going to grab my favoriteest one. This is just CSS Gradients right here. And this one is actually Divyamanian, who I work with on HTML5 boilerplate and some other stuff, created this. It's out of gradients. It's just mind-blowing. So anyways, I'm going to bring this over here, and I'm going to apply it to the body. Yeah, body. Woo! Looks pretty good. Now you'll notice, if you've done CSS Gradients before, or anything where there's a long value, and sometimes you'll be hacking it in the DevTools and you'll screw it up. And what used to happen is that it would just disappear and you'd lose your work. And now there's this little arrowy guy, and he's like, yo, you messed this up. You should probably fix that. So you get a chance to fix that, which is good. But the other thing that you'll see is that you'll see Moz prefixed stuff showing up in the DevTools now, and that might throw you for a loop, but it's actually okay. Yeah. Let me, while that pattern is pretty nice, I'm gonna move on past it. So one of the way that this gets really cool is, so let's say that I'm going to add some styles here to this, this guy, and I'm going to give him outline, 10 pixels solid, badass. Yeah, that's pretty good. A little bit of margin, maybe. OK, cool. So yeah, I've just added it here in the DevTools. I'm seeing it live. Cool, this is what we like. But now I'm going to go over to Resources tab. And oh, this is new. We now group the resources under like font, style sheet, scripts. And it's not one huge list. It's grouped now. Well, you'll notice that there's also this little arrow next to the style.css. And you're like, what? Because I click it, and it's actually keeping revisions of all the changes that I'm making over here. It's keeping revisions. And I can like right-click and revert back to an earlier thing if I wanted to. But if it's keeping revisions, then that means that it must be keeping track of my changes here. So all my manipulations over on this side are now being carried through to the style sheet with diffing, so I can see exactly like what I changed, what I removed. And so I can tweak whatever I want, go over here, and just right-click, save as, and save this file back to where I'm at. It gets agreed. It gets better. So while it is pretty cool that we can change things over here and go back here and we have that, it would be nicer if we could just kind of do it all, operate in the same place. So now if you just double click, and now you can just freeform edit all you like. Well, that's a pretty good color. Let's go back to Papaya Whip. Yeah. So double click, freeform style sheet editing, make your manipulations. They happen completely on the fly. Slate blue. And you get the live preview, and then you get a chance to save it out. It's pretty cool. That's ugly. Uglier. OK. Let's go over to the JavaScript side of things. Logging, yes. OK, console log. Woo! I do want to point out, this is worthwhile, that while most people, when you start logging, you're like, oh, because I can use console log instead of alert. And you forget that console log takes multiple arguments, and you can send anything that you want to it. So, take full advantage of that. But in addition to log, there are a lot of things on the console that help you out. So basically all the debuggers, Dragonfly, IE DevTools, Firebug, then the Chrome DevTools, all support pretty much most of the console API, which was, came out of Firebug, basically. So things like warn and error are just basically console logs with shiny icons. But there are more interesting ones. And so here's a test page made by Joe Hewitt, who created Firebug. And this is just, these are just calling like console.timeend. Just records the amount of time something took. Another one that I really like is console.trace. Gives you the stack trace of wherever you are. Just throws that out to the console. So there's a lot on the console object. But then there's actually cooler stuff. There's the command line API. And so there's functions available to you down in here. So for instance, like console.dir is available as dir, which is good because you'll have something like document body. And if you do document body, you get like the tree and you can expand the tree. But sometimes you want like the DOM view. So dir gives you that, where you actually like get it as a DOM object and you can look into that. But there's cooler things. So let's say, so I have document body. And I have this reference to this DOM element, but I want to inspect it over in my elements tab. And document body is pretty easy to find, but sometimes it gets a little bit harder. So you can actually just use the inspect method, and it just jumps you over to there and throws you onto the body, which is pretty cool. Other times you'll have a reference. You'll be selecting, this guy. I've just brought up the console. I hit escape. Escape brings up the console on every single one of these tabs. And sometimes, like a while ago, I remember I like had it there and like, go away, just drag it out of the way. Escape, pro tip. So I'm selecting this guy right here. I just do $0, And $0 refers to whatever element is currently selected up there. And it's just like a regular DOM element, or it's just a regular reference. So I can just do $0 dot inner text or whatever. So in addition to that guy, like let's say, I'm going to go over here, and we also have a copy method. And this is pretty cool. So you'll have something like inner HTML. Yeah, OK. Soup. And sometimes you'll have a big string, and you want to actually like copy that somewhere. And while you could, select, yeah, clicking into select is totally passé. So we can just call copy and copy that to the clipboard, go over here, paste it out. So there's some pretty cool shortcuts to save you some time there. Keys is also another one. It shows you all the properties on an object, all the methods and properties. So I'll pass it like document, and it just gives me everything there. So keys and values also. Yeah, so over on the Firebug wiki is the full list of command line API. Oh my God, I just found out this one the other day. Ryan said in the CSS Ninja showed me this. CD. So this is not implemented by Chrome, but we're going to do it because it's so rad. So you pass it a reference to a window. Basically, you pass it a reference to like an iframe, and then so you'll be like CD and then iframe ref. And then after that, everything that you type operates within the context of that iframe. So you don't have to do that nasty traversal thing absolutely every time you want to run code. You can just CD into the iframe, execute code inside of that, and then CD top to go back out. It's pretty cool. So available in Firebug. That's it, but it's coming out of the places soon. All right. As for do a little bit of debugging, I want to show off some pretty cool script stuff. So I have this page here, and this is just a list of the developer advocates at Google, and I can sort, and that's pretty cool. So if I want to figure out what's going on inside here, I'm going to go into the scripts tab, break it. It's cool. Let's see. Oh, there he is. I'm running a developer builds. Great. Thank you for sticking with me. OK, so I'm over here in the app code for the page. I actually know what line I want to go to, so I can just jump right down to it. I'm going to hit Command-L, which is go to line. This also works over in CSS, so I'm going to just jump down there. There's a few shortcuts available. You can hit question mark right in the DevTools and get a display of a few of them. So I'm down here in my code, and one of the cool things that you can do now is edit the script live on the fly. So I can just double click and then just, I don't know, I'm going to like console log out whatever is coming into here. That's pretty cool. So now as I manipulate this stuff, oh, there it is. The argument gets logged out. Or maybe I want to do something a little bit cooler, like maybe do if this guy is feed entry 0, yes, equals Irish, yes, document dot body dot style dot background equals something pretty sweet. Think that'll work? I think that'll work. Woo! Nice. Definite improvement. So yeah, so you can do live editing right in there. And of course, I go over to resources, find this script, and the revisions have been saved as well, and I can go and save that out if I want. Pretty cool. All right. There's a few more features that I want to show off. Do I have 3 minutes? Is that what I have? I think I have 3 minutes. OK. 3 minutes. Given that I have 3 minutes, come and talk to me to see some crazy breakpoint stuff that you can do. I do want to show this. This is really rad. This is very recent. We're just announcing this now. We now have remote debugging ability in the Chrome DevTools. So if I run something like this, I run Chromium with remote debugging port elite. Let's try this out, actually. OK. Here's Chromium running that. And now I'm going to open up WebKit. This is a nightly WebKit. OK, so I just opened up. So what's happening is that Chrome is actually running a web server, basically. And I can just, these are all the tabs that I have open, right? And I can just, I'm now, this is, the DevTools is a web app. I'm looking at the DevTools of Chrome with Safari Nightly, and it works just like you would want it to. So this is really cool, right? I mean, this work has been done all at the WebKit level. So that means, of course, that all the mobile WebKits are getting this, which means also the RIM playbook that just shipped has this feature available where you just turn it on and you can just log into your tablet from your desktop machine and just debug it like you would want to. Yes. Like I said, the DevTools is just a web app. It's just a bunch of JavaScript. And it's really fun to read around. And one of the things I do want to point out, this is also brand new. If you download a Chromium build, you usually find a page like this, and it's not the most user-friendly thing, but this is new, devtools.frontend. This zip is basically all these files right here. And you can now just run Chrome with this flag, point it to that folder, and then just hack on your own DevTools. Rewrite any of the JavaScript, the styling, and then just play around with it. And maybe write a patch and add a feature to it so that we can make it even cooler. DevTools extensions are about to come out. Google I/O is where we're going to make that announcement. That's going to be really exciting. And one last amazing feature. You probably read it. Check this out. Let's try it over here. We'll bring up the DevTools. Whoa. I'm going to bring up, yes, this one. OK. Yeah, you have, you have a bunch of unminified or minified code, and you're like, that sucks. Right? Wow. Oh, that's terrible. So anyways, my machine totally just died a lot. OK. You can right-click. Try it out. Get a Chromium build or Chrome Dev Channel. It's in Chrome Dev Channel. Right-click in the Scripts tab, and it just says Pretty Print. And then that minified code just gets blown out, beautiful, indented, and lovely. Even if you refresh the page and stay in the session, it stays blown out, which is really good because you're going to be wanting to set breakpoints within it, right? So yes. OK, I'm done.